Welcome to Just a Tip, the podcast where we talk about all the shit that everyone's thinking but nobody's saying. In this episode, we sit down with Danny Serfer, one of the real ones in Miami food. Not a celebrity chef cosplay, not a restaurant group mouthpiece, an actual chef that builds his spots by grinding, showing up and giving a fuck. Danny's behind great local restaurants like Mignonette and Blue Collar, places that made locals feel seen. In this episode, we talk about turning high-end food into something locals actually want to eat, what it takes to survive post-COVID Miami, and why value, consistency, and treating people right still matters, even when the city keeps changing the rules. We get into industry fatigue, big groups flooding the market, shifts in diners, Ozempic conversations, and what separates restaurants that last to the ones that just flame out. This one's honest, funny, and very Miami, so let's get into it. This episode of Just a Tip is brought to you by Rooftop Solutions. So the craziest thing happened. You might have even seen it in the news. A restaurant in Wynwood had to shut down for years after a leaky roof caved in. Imagine all that money, time, momentum gone just because the roof wasn't handled right. And that's why I always recommend Rooftop Solutions. They've been protecting homes and businesses all over Miami-Dade and Broward for over 20 years. They're local, based in Hialeah, and they take pride doing the job with honesty and craftsmanship so your roof stands the test of time. And here's the deal. If you got a leak, they will patch it for free while prepping your roof to be replaced. So unless you want to add a lazy river in your dining room, call Rooftop Solutions, tell them Felix sent you. So today we got a treat, boys and girls. Today I have one of the most notorious chefs, owners in Miami who is going to drop some serious knowledge. He's been through it all. This is a guy that had took a local bistro to a whole nother level. The guy just keeps reinventing cuisines, whether it was Blue Collar or Mignonette. He makes fancy food approachable. And I had to get him on because he's one of those guys that will tell you how it really is. And I am super honored. Today we got the one, the only Danny Serfer. What's up, brother?
Hey, thanks for having
me.
me.
Thank you for coming
I'm
on,
very
man.
excited to be here.
I'm excited. I know that aside from Mike Mayo's podcast and obviously our boy Beltran, you don't really do a lot. You keep it kind of like more low key.
We're just not the loudest. We don't make a lot of noise. We don't go after every single piece of ink or press.
Right.
When it comes to us and it's good, I like to do it, but we're just not out there trying to be the squeaky wheel getting all the attention.
I mean, listen, one of the reasons I really wanted to get you in here is because me and you, we love neighborhoods. We love local places. We love Miami, and I think that you are an amazing example of what Miami should be when we talk about locals, because that's really who you really attract. I mean, I know that you get, tourists, obviously Mignonette is world renowned, people from all over. No, I'm friends with a lot of concierges and they're always like, I was like, oh, where are you sending them? Oh, Mignonette. I was like, great move. People know and respect you. And that's really hard today where Miami, everything is kind of flash, so definitely want to go into how did you even get into culinary? What was the main kind of?
I've only wanted to be a few things in my life since I was a little kid. I wanted to be an actor, an architect, a lawyer, and a chef. And very early on, I realized math was not my strong suit.
Right.
So architecture was done. When I was in middle school, I was doing some acting at the Hollywood Playhouse, and I went to middle school with these guys, Josh Gad and
Josh Gad, yeah.
Seth Gable, and these guys are way more talented than me. We all went out for the same part. I didn't get it, so then I gave up on acting.
Right.
So then,
bro, you could have been Olaf. You could have been Olaf.
So then I started doing competitive debate in high school and in college, and I was really good at that.
Yeah, no shit. You're
I
fantastic.
made my claim to fame there in the state semifinal of 98. I made Matt Gates cry, Mr. Tough Guy.
Nice.
We smoked him. And so at that point, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be an attorney. I wanted to be like the guy that was Scarface's attorney in Miami. I wanted to defend the biggest, baddest, drug dealers and criminals in Miami. But I was also back then, a super hippie. I was following Fish around. And
you're one of those? UVM? You went to UVM?
Yeah, I went to UVM. I went to Groovy UV. So I was like, but I'll also have a sliding scale, and people that can't afford it, I'll charge the drug dealers a lot of money, but then I'll give my services for free for people that really need it. So I was going to do that. And and I went to school in Florida State, Tallahassee. And This is the early 2000s where there's nothing to eat there. except one place that I think that now since closed, Cyprus. So I had to start cooking for myself if I wanted to eat well. And that was like when the Food Network was really hot, and I would like watch the shit out of Emeril and like Sarah Moulton, Alton Brown, all the people who were popular on it at that time. And I was like, well, maybe I could try cooking. And if I don't like cooking, I can go to law school and do that. And I fell into cooking. I started working at a dip and dunk up there called Po' Boy's Creole Cafe. You dip it in flour and dunk it in the fryer.
Right.
And I loved the camaraderie of the kitchen. I was also like really into my partying phase of life. So I was like, oh,
God bless.
Great. We work hard in the kitchen, then we all go out and party together. So
Right.
this will be wonderful. So when I graduated college, instead of going to law school, I went to culinary down here.
Where'd you go?
Just Le Cordon Bleu.
Right.
I fell into working at this place, Chef Allen's, which was at the time one of the most recognizable restaurants around. And James Beard Awards, all the stars, all the press.
I mean, his name still comes up. Even on our show, it comes up a lot.
No, Allen's the best. And he gave me a chance as a stage, and I didn't know what that meant. So I got to work for him for 3 months for free.
For those of you who don't know, what is a stage?
It's like a kitchen slave.
Right.
You go there and you don't know shit. And for the benefit of working at a great place that's going to teach you fundamentals, you get to show up, work your ass off, and not get paid.
Right.
And this is 2004. I had a college degree, and I'm making no money, like $0 an hour. But I'm learning a lot.
What was your family telling you at the time?
Oddly enough, I mean, my parents had already passed at that time. So my oldest sister I was living with, and she was like my mom, so to speak.
Right.
And everyone was really supportive.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
We don't get that a lot. Usually it's,
Even before my mom died, when I was like telling her, yeah, I think I'm going to do culinary school instead of law school, she was supportive.
Wow, that's amazing.
I mean, she might have been out of her mind too, because she was like dying of cancer. So she had all these pain pills and everything. So who knows if she knew what I was saying. But,
God bless.
I always had support for doing culinary.
Right.
And, at Po' Boy's, I did really well. And then at Chef Allen's, I was able to work up through the ranks relatively quickly.
Right.
So I started as a stage there. And then after a few years, I became the sous chef and chef de cuisine very quickly and shepherded that place. I was there running it. We got Mobile 4. I forget what the ratings are there,
Right.
but this is before like Michelin was around, and I held some pretty good ratings there. Ran that place really well, left to go be the chef. I had a chip on my shoulder. I was like, oh, maybe I can't, I got to show everyone I can do it, because no one thinks I can do it. I have Chef Allen looking over me.
Right.
So I went to this place in Fort Lauderdale called the 15th Street Fisheries.
Love that place.
Which is a monster restaurant. We sat fucking 700 people.
Right.
400 people upstairs, 300 people downstairs, 2 separate kitchens.
And especially at that time, that place was just crunching numbers.
They still just murder it.
They have great clam chowder.
The clam chowder?
Yeah, the clam chowder.
Yeah. No, they do. They've had the same 2 guys being prep guys there for 35 years.
Wow.
So they make the clam chowder. And I did really well there. It's hard to do a volume of food and have it really be that great. But, I think I did a nice job.
Also, how many guys were you working with at that place?
We had a team upstairs, a kitchen team of 15 upstairs and probably like 15, 20 downstairs.
Wow.
So plus like a whole like 60-person front of the house staff.
Right.
That is a huge, huge operation.
How many years were you there for?
Just a year, because then I followed some girl to New York.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I followed some girl to New York to go work at her ex-fiance's restaurants.
Her ex-fiance's restaurants.
So
I mean, this is either going to end really well or really poorly.
It did not end well.
Right.
I ended up all alone in New York with no friends and no job. And
did she get back with the ex-fiance?
No, she did not. She was friendly with him,
Right.
and like, when I quit that job, she sided with him and stopped being my friend. So literally, I'm 31 years old, all alone in New York. I don't know anyone.
Right.
It's hard to move to New York in your 30s.
Right.
Like
What year was this?
2010.
Wow. Okay.
So I moved to New York in my 30s. Any friends that I had that had moved there early on were kind of like more established and doing their own thing, and they're starting families. I'm like an unemployed chef cook.
Right.
So I don't have the girlfriend, I don't have a job, and I'm all alone in New York kind of freaking. And I get a job at a hotel called the Tribeca Grand.
Tribeca Grand, out.
It's a cool, trendy hotel. They had a lot of good concerts, but it was not a hard job. I didn't have to do really anything. So what that allowed me to do was really explore who I this is gonna sound so like who I was as a cook. And
No,
chef.
listen, no.
So I got to eat all around in New York, from like dumps to like Le Bernardin,
Right.
and really decide what I like to eat and what I wanted my place to look like one day, what
Right.
my like point of view for food was.
Right.
And I realized it was good technique and good ingredients in non-fussy settings.
Were you hitting up like all the Anthony Bourdain kind of like picks at that time? Or?
Yeah, like at least places similar to.
Right.
So like one of my favorite places there was right around the corner from my house, and I would eat brunch there every single Sunday. It's called Jodo. They're since not there. It was right across the street from Prune at the
Right.
time, literally right across the street. And that place just showed me. So that place was smaller than Blue Collar was.
Right.
Guy didn't even have a hood. He had like a couple induction burners and a gas burner, and just cranked it out and made it happen. Unbelievably beautiful food. Best biscuits you'll ever have. Like one of our dishes at Blue is like a play on his, the pork and beans, and
Right.
it's my favorite dish. He showed me you could have a small space and make it work.
Right.
And
Because you're all about small spaces. You never.
yeah,
really
I mean,
are into-
Blue, the original Blue is 700 square feet.
Right.
Mignonette, when we first took it over before the expansion, was 1,300 square feet.
Right.
And even now, Blue, yeah, it's bigger. It's like 4,000 square feet, but 2,000 is outside, 2,000 inside.
Right.
And of the inside, 1,000 of that is like bathrooms, office space, and kitchen.
Right.
So it's still not a big dining room. But he showed me just fucking work your ass off and be in there and do it. And you can have a small space
Right.
and do good food.
So let me tell you guys something I see all the time. You take over a second gen space, you think it's turnkey, but the second you walk in, it's not exactly what you need. Maybe the bar layout doesn't flow, maybe the kitchen's a little outdated, or the bathrooms look like they haven't been touched since the 90s. That's why I tell all my clients, you need to call Brodson Construction. Whether you're building from the ground up or not, you still need the finishing touches done right. Brodson's been local and family run since 1989. They're the top 1% in Florida, and they've handled everything from luxury homes on Star Island to some of Miami's best retail and restaurant spaces like LPM, Cipriani, Hillstone, Bell Harbor, just to name a few. Bottom line, don't settle for nickel and dime contractors who might underbid the work to win the job up front and screw you over in the end. Brodson maintains integrity every step of the process to build enduring relationships and never exploit clients. So remember, if you're going to build, call Brodson Construction.
So how did you wind up back in Miami?
So I'm in New York. My lease is coming up in my apartment, and I'm just not loving New York.
Right.
You know, I love.
Where did you live, in Brooklyn or in the city? Or?
No, I lived in the city. I lived in the East Village on
Yep.
4th between 1st and 2nd.
A lot of good food there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
No, it was right by St. Mark's.
Right.
Good stuff. And I was living with a girl. I had a girlfriend. We ended up living together. And I came home one day. I was like, look, I'm moving back to Miami. I know your job. You can come if you want. It's very easy for you. But I'm moving back to Miami when the lease is over.
Right.
And just like out of nowhere. And she's like, what?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, look, baby, I got to get out of here.
Right.
And she's like, no, I'm going to stay here. You know, I'm in New York. This
Right.
is amazing. And I did not feel that way. Although I do love the cold weather.
Right.
Uh,
You like seasons, a little change of seasons.
I love cold weather because
Right.
I've always been heavy my whole life. So when you're a heavy guy, cold weather affords you a much better wardrobe.
That's a tip right there.
So I moved back down here and nobody would hire me because my Chef Allen credentials didn't mean anything anymore.
Right.
And I didn't work anywhere impressive in New York.
What year is this? So like what year did you come back?
2011. This is like
Right.
summer of 2011, like
Right.
June, July.
And the scene has changed, obviously, the last
Yeah,
couple of years.
I mean, Potbelly had
Right.
just recently opened
Right.
and they were hitting hard.
Yep.
Mishi's was still doing really well. Red Light was doing well.
Right.
But nobody would hire me. I got like job offers to be like the sous chef at Shula's in Miami Lakes. And I was like, no disrespect to that place or whatever, but
You've kind of evolved.
yeah, I've already been an executive chef of a hotel and a big restaurant and a James Beard winning restaurant. So I was like,
You didn't want to go backwards, pretty
no.
much.
So, so I was driving up and down Biscayne and I saw that I saw online, I guess, that the blue collar space was available.
Right. What was
And-
what was there before Blue Collar?
American Noodle Bar. And the original iteration of American Noodle Bar was
Right.
by Michael Blois,
Yep.
who I fucking love and is an amazing chef and human being. And he had left the building and it changed hands to some kid, and the kid wasn't really making a go of it.
For those of you who don't know, Mimo is definitely one of my favorite neighborhoods in general. I believe in it. I believe in the future. I believe, I love it. I think it's really just the most central place. But in 2011, why don't you tell everybody what Mimo was like?
There's a lot of hookers and drug dealers
Right.
walking up in the streets still, which was for me, good, because I could get this place at a decent rent. A funny story that you could appreciate from the rent or for the space.
Right.
So originally I was talking to a broker to
Right.
get the space. This guy, I still keep in touch with, a great guy, Dave Wallace.
Yeah, I know Dave. Yeah, Dave's a great guy. He's doing the auctions now.
Yeah, he's awesome. Second
great
supply. And then like the landlord approached me and was like, look, these guys are going to be out of there. We can go direct.
Right.
And I was like, I didn't know anything at the time. I was like, I don't want to step on any toes or hurt any feelings or whatever. Me and Dave didn't have anything signed or anything. Whatever. 2 months pass. The place is done. I guess Dave's contract is over. And the landlord and I make a deal, and it's a good deal. And I'm like, not to brag, I'm a stand-up guy, which ends up screwing me a lot of times. I call Dave. I'm like, look, me and the landlord worked this out, but and I gave him
right. You're good like that. I could vouch for you on that part.
And I gave him his money anyway.
Right.
So I get Blue 2011. It's like hooker central. The motel itself is like full of hookers, like not like great hookers, it's not like Pretty Woman.
Right.
This is like streetwalker, toothless hookers. Like my daughter's best friend is a cop who was a commander in the area at the time.
Right.
And he was telling me some stories of one of his partners. He used to work Vice there. And one of the guys in the street goes to the girl working Vice. And he's like, $5 and a bag of peanut M&Ms for both of us.
Wow.
The bag of peanut M&Ms really seals the deal. So then they got arrested. Shortly after that, the cop comes in to Blue. He's like, hey, the office was closed. We need to enter one of these rooms. We think there's like a dead body in the bathtub. And sure enough, there were dead hooker soup in the bathtub.
Wow.
And this is like 2011 to 2014. That was it's weird because the west side of Biscayne was not a great area. But on the east side, you had Morningside, you had Belmead,
Right.
You had the historic neighborhood right next to Current Blue, Bay Point.
Yeah.
You have like all these like ridiculous neighborhoods on the east side. And just right across the street, it was like trash.
Right.
So,
literally, you jump and a skip.
Yeah. So,
but also restaurant-wise, I mean, back in 11, I'm trying to think, aside from Mishi's,
Red Light.
that was it. I mean,
That's it.
we didn't really have anything in Mimo at the time, right?
No, Mishi's, Red Light. Oh, you had Metro Cafe at the car wash.
That's right.
But that was
where
more
La
of a lunch.
Social is right now. Where's that? Where?
No, the car wash. The car wash, the big car wash there. Karma Car Wash.
Oh, that's right.
They had a little cafe with that where Nuno was the chef at for a while.
Right.
And they were doing all right. You had Cafe Ogie, I think it was called.
Yep.
Ogie 69.
The OGGI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were there, but nobody was really like going there outside of Mishi's for destination dining.
Right. And I remember even the hype, like it's coming, Mimo's coming. I remember Ironside, they were trying to pump Ironside as a neighborhood. Okay, so you now open Blue Collar. I guess what was the initial reception?
We opened Blue Collar about 14 years ago. 14 years ago, as of January 13th.
Mazel tov. How did you raise the money for it?
I had a little bit of money because my parents had passed.
Right.
So anything I didn't put up my nose, I still had in my pocket, which wasn't a lot.
Right.
But it was enough to do this. So I got it done relatively inexpensively.
I mean, which one was better investment, the nose or the cafe?
The difference of what was left after rehab.
Got it.
So when you have an inheritance and you're out of control, you need to think about things in thirds. A third for partying, a third for rehab, and then a third for business.
I mean, I got to ask you this, obviously, before we get into the Blue Collar story. Where did you go to party back then? Like, what were your go-tos?
Oh, I was like, I loved just partying like by myself or with my girlfriend
Right.
in my apartment.
Right.
But
You weren't really like a South Beach kind of guy, right?
No, on the off chance I would go out of Purdy.
Right.
Purdy.
Purdy Lounge.
Purdy.
Yeah.
Like Dirty Purdy.
I fucking miss that place,
Yeah,
man.
of course. If you did not spend New Year's Eve and doing unsavory things in the Purdy bathroom, you're not from Miami.
Right. You're not local.
Yeah.
Right.
Purdy and Billy's too off of 125th before they got so nice.
Right.
That was my go-to. Me and the guys from Chef Allen's would shut down Billy's too.
I
all
love
the
that
time.
neighborhood. I would buy everything on that street if I could.
there's a lot of good stuff going down.
That is.
And then what that guy Edam opened up, and
Yep,
then the other
Idan
thing,
and Katoa.
yeah,
Yeah, there's more
Katoa, those are
coming.
two
Yeah.
really. Everyone says they're really excellent.
She's phenomenal.
places.
She's
Yeah.
a phenomenal chef. Shout out to Alejandra. That's my girl. Okay, so you
So
open
we
up a
opened
place,
Blue,
right?
and
What kind of deal was it originally? Like, was it
what do you mean?
like how were the rents? Like, how
Oh,
was it still?
The rent, like the all in. So if there were little blue collar, the all in number was never really insane. Even after so many years, when it grew and grew and we
Right.
renegotiated, the price per square foot was insane.
Right.
Like the price per square foot I was paying at any given time kind of rivaled, like at the time, Lincoln or Design.
That's crazy.
But the all in, like, and I understood, like, what are you gonna do as a landlord?
Right.
So it wasn't that bad, and we just opened. We were fucking gangbusters, you know.
Were you like gangbusters right out the gate?
Right
or-
out the gate. Like right out the gate, we were just fucking packed, doing really well.
A lot of you know me from my F&B Miami page, but what you might not know is that I also run Florida's largest restaurant real estate brokerage called F&B Hospitality. Every week I meet somebody that thought that they could just wing it on a restaurant lease. And every week on F&B Miami, you guys see how that turns out. And that is exactly why I started F&B Hospitality Brokerage. We treat our clients' money like it's our money. We don't say things just to say it or paint pretty little pictures. We go based on facts and numbers. If we don't like a deal, location, or permit status, we are absolutely not afraid to tell you. It's about setting you up to last. So you could focus on food and foodies while we negotiate the build out and the terms.
What do you think you did right? That, again, because obviously a lot of restaurateurs watch the show and, many people are afraid. And I warn many people about the trials and tribulations of opening and like how opening today is not how it was opening 15 years ago.
I don't think like, so for one, I was there every day, all day doing everything.
Right.
So, labor was very cheap. It was just me and like another couple people. Even front of the house back then, tipped employees weren't making the wages they're making now. So labor was low. And I think back then comfort food was still like, we were still kind of really getting out of the recession, like 2008. So this is early 2012.
Right.
Like comforting stuff was still really hot. And I think there was a lot of interest in small, like, you know what? It was a complete opposite of what it is now. Back
Right.
then, Miami was all about, yeah, let's go support some small local
Right.
person that's fucking
Right.
from here. And
Right.
now it's like, oh my God, this new big restaurant group from Chicago, LA, San Francisco, or New York is coming. Let's go support the fuck out of them.
Right.
Back then you could just be a good local person. And I think that made people exciting. Also back then, all the Twitter and vlogs were really hot and there wasn't like 10 billion of them, where you lose everything.
Right.
Eater was actually doing really well and was a good website that was easy to navigate,
Yep.
unlike it is maybe now. What else was there back then?
New Times.
Thrillist,
You had the New
Thrillist,
Times.
New Times had the
Thrillist.
food blog.
Yep.
Like I think you just had, you had less food media that was more focused and that it wasn't as diluted. So
Well,
that
also I
helped.
think you had a very interesting menu. Your menu isn't like at Blue wasn't like many others. Where did you come up with the menu? Like, your menu is very unique. Yeah.
So the lease was signed, construction was booming. I didn't have like the menu yet. And one night, it's gonna sound like cheesy too. One night I just like couldn't sleep. And I was tossing and I was turning. I couldn't sleep. And I was sleeping at my sister's house back then. This is in North Miami Beach. And I was like, why can't I sleep? And I just like stood up, got a pen and paper, and just like vomited the first iteration of the menu. And it was just like everything I ever liked to eat or cook.
Right.
So we had oxtail. I had these things that just tried so many times didn't work. So remember Totino's pizza rolls? So
Love
I would make like supreme pizza rolls inside of like wonton skins and try and do a play on that.
That's cool.
I had the Cuban sandwich spring rolls.
Yep.
Of course, we had a burger, and my family is
The
from
burger's
Philadelphia.
fantastic.
Thank you. Back then, it wasn't like where it is now, but now it's evolved. My family's from Philadelphia, so we had a great cheese. I had to have a great
Amazing
cheesesteak.
cheesesteak.
I love chicken parm, so I had a chicken parm, and I love like ribs. So I came up with the dailies, which back then was the ribs, the parm, and the braise.
When people ask me about, your food and your burger, I always tell them like, hey, if you're going Blue Collar for lunch, make sure you don't have plans afterwards because you're going to be good. Like don't make dinner plans.
Yeah, so we had the big ragu.
Right.
The big
Amazing.
ragu, which is like a Sunday sauce. It's got all the sausage, the pancetta, the veal shoulder, the pork shoulder, the brisket, the San Marzano tomatoes. So we would cook that very slowly and put it in a crusty sesame roll and when it comes out, it's literally like the weight of a young baby.
Right.
And I would see people finish that and just be amazed because I was much heavier back then, and I could throw down.
Right.
I couldn't finish that.
I remember Demo, our boy David Morales. Big shout out to Demo. He brought me in the first time years ago, and I think I had made dinner plans, and he was the first, and he was like, "You got to get the big ragu," and I was like, "Oh, okay," but and he's like, "You might want to cancel your dinner plans." And I was like, "Nah, bro, come on," we just blazed, and I was like, we could crush this, like no problem. By the time I was out, I called my wife over here, Kate, and I was like, I'm coming home and I'm taking a nap for like 3 days.
People that come in and crush lunch at Blue and then go work after,
right?
I'm amazed. But I got to say, we also have the lighter side of Blue, which people don't appreciate as much. But for lunch, so we have like amazing lean protein, like boneless, skinless chicken breast, fish, leafy green vegetables that that you can have a really nice, satisfying light lunch as well.
Right.
It's just hard when you're faced with like all these crazy, heavy, indulgent options, I think.
So, obviously we're talking about heavier food and lighter food. Do you find that like Ozempic fucked up your whole steal, or are people still as much, you think, into comfort food, or do you think the shift has gone off a little bit? Like, I mean, I'll still come in for,
it's an interesting question because I'm on Ozempic myself because I'm diabetic. Well, yes, I am diabetic. I don't have to be on Ozempic. But like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Listen, it's a cheat code. You know,
so maybe, but I think us like fatties at heart are like, yeah, I'm on the shot, but fuck it. I'm going to power through.
100%.
But I don't know, because like in Miami, eating light and like being pretty has always been important. Right. So I think maybe in the sense that people that are already being light and pretty, and now they're also doing Ozempic or whatever one they're doing, takes them away from us even more because they're like, well, I'm not eating anything, let alone a chicken breast. I'm just not eating at all.
Right.
So I think maybe a little bit. To be honest, Miami receiving Blue so warmly and with such an indulgent menu originally was still kind of shocking because, I mean, we were just like back then, especially so heavy,
right?
And Miami is always a like bikini kind of town, so I was a little shocked at that.
When did you kind of? Obviously, your place got popular real quick, real fast, especially with the locals. We talk about the locals a lot, and we
were also like dirt cheap,
right?
Back then, like I was like a first time business owner. I didn't really understand margins or anything like that. We were like dirt cheap. Like I looked at my menu from like the first couple of months and years, and I was like, oh my God, we are literally losing money on that,
right.
that, and that. So I think that helped. We were like very affordable, and offered a good product and a fun atmosphere.
Right.
But the affordable, especially there coming out of the recession, the affordable I think cannot be understated.
What kind of condition was the place in when you took it over? Like, was it grease trap updated?
Grease trap is like a toy. It's like a plastic box, like
right
the size of this.
Right. But how was it like, for especially you first time dealing with the city and,
I actually.
Did you get lucky because
I didn't have since like the place was already a operating restaurant before.
Yep.
And like the city wasn't going crazy on grease traps like it is now. I got through the process relatively quickly.
Did you only go into Mimo because the price was right? Like, is there a reason you didn't go into the beach where it might have been like the more obvious kind of like choice to go into the time?
So the girl I followed to New York, she showed me about and turned me on to mid-century modern architecture and style.
Yep.
So I really like that style. Like I even like without her, I really enjoy that style. And so Mimo is all mid-century.
Right.
And I wanted to be in a mid-century something, and also affordability. So the mid-century vibes of the neighborhood and the affordability of the space made me, South Beach, I mean, even back then, South Beach was for tourists.
Right.
Did
you realize, like, did you think you were going to have more tourists or less locals, like before you opened, as opposed to like what you actually got?
I mean, I wasn't counting on being successful. My plan was, I'll open this, and if it doesn't go well, at least I'll get some experience, maybe my name out there so I can get a job after.
how important was the exit strategy in terms of like when you were signing the lease?
What's an exit strategy?
Like, you know, you're the king of exit strategies, like not having your hands tied, not having to give keys back to the landlord.
Well,
like, you know,
I had a
the
small
lease.
personal guarantee because I didn't have anything, so
Right.
who cares?
Right.
So I didn't worry too much.
Right.
Like I didn't think about an exit strategy.
Because you've become a fucking professor now with leases. I mean,
No.
you've done a couple.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you've been very helpful, and you know, my best friend and business partner at Mignonette, Ryan, he's an attorney, so he's always helped put some eyes on things.
Right.
You know, my father-in-law is a landlord, so he's helpful. You know, I think I try and use all the assets I have around me with smarter people to try and look at good things.
When did you like finally realize at Blue, like, you know what, I kind of made it? Not, you know, made it like 500 locations, but like, you know, just like, again, you took a big risk, you know, opening a place and, you know, like most restaurateurs do, but yours caught fire with the locals. When was the first time you kind of felt that? Was there like a night where it was like you kind of had to like close, like just sell out or close early, or you're like, holy shit, like, or was it kind of just business as usual? You didn't really give much thought?
This might sound snobby too.
No, please.
When we were approached by Triple D to be on the show,
Right.
and they were like, "Be ready, you're gonna go like gangbusters after this," and I was like, "Buddy, we're already fucking doing really well," and they were like, "You're gonna have to shut down for a few days," and I was like, "What?"
Right.
It was like, when we film this, especially because you're so small, you're gonna have to shut down. I was like, I tell you what, I can't shut down for 3 days. I tell you what, I'm gonna be like super ready and organized. Let's get this effing done as quick as possible, so I don't have to shut down. So I mean, I don't have to shut down for like 2 services instead of like the standard 3.
How was that whole Guy Fieri experience?
It was great. He, you know, as everyone says, he's a great person.
Yep.
What I really loved about the experience, his like production staff was amazing.
Really?
Like, I've always prided myself on being like really good at passive aggressive.
Yep.
His like producer or whatever, this guy Mike, just made my passive aggressiveness look like I was a straight amateur, and like I just loved that.
Right.
and from then on, I've strived to be much better at being passive aggressive. His support staff was awesome. That's what I liked the most. I got to know those guys a little bit, and they were super cool and super fun.
So the episode airs. So what they said, did that come true, or what was the reaction like afterwards?
You know, with only 25 seats on the inside, there's only so much more business you could do,
Right.
which wasn't a lot for us. What the biggest benefit of being on that show is when it airs again.
Right.
When it airs again, we see spikes.
Right.
So,
and it gave you, I guess, your street cred, right?
Yeah.
On a national platform.
Yeah. I mean, you know, back then, you know, I was like, was I 34 when it aired, 33 when it aired.
Right.
I was still like, oh yeah, Triple D's cool. But like, I won a James Beard Award and a Michelin Award.
Right.
So like, I didn't even hang up the, you know, when he does his little like guy was here thing,
right,
on the sheet pan or on the wall. So I don't know. I was a little bashful about it back then. I didn't put as much stock into it as I think I should have.
Right.
Because I had loftier expectations, you know, young and stupid.
Because people dream of an opportunity like that, right?
Yeah. I think I should have put more stock in it back then, and maybe even like talk about it more now. But also, we try not to. We've always been like, we want to act like we've been there before,
right?
So we try not to pat ourselves on the back. We try not to like, yeah. When
so you just stay humble. I mean,
yeah, like when somebody like writes something nice about us or says something nice, yeah, we'll repost it and things like that. But like, we don't like say home of the whatever,
right? Home of the DDD.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, it's tough. It's tough, I think, to find that balance of humility and also like marketing properly.
All right. So you know what? Now you're killing it. You got the locals. You got the rep. You know, how does Mignonette project fall in your lap?
So me and Ryan, we started becoming really friendly.
Right.
And Ryan is a much different kind. Like, if Blue Collar is my love letter and how I love to eat,
right,
Mignonette is how Ryan likes to eat. He loves raw bar. He loves cold. He loves fish. Originally, like Blue Collar, like you said, was so busy. We were supposed to just take over the Kingdom's, what was Kingdom next door to Blue back then. That small space, even smaller than Blue. and it was just going to be oyster, champagne, and caviar while you waited for your seat at Blue.
Which is a thing now, I guess. Like,
Well, we're
there's a lot of guys,
trendsetters.
I guess in Canada, they're doing a lot of these.
Well, I think we're one of the outside of the river, one of the first places to take oysters really seriously.
Right. Well, you guys are, I mean, the GOAT.
Thank you.
No, again.
I mean, we try our best to source them and open them properly.
But you make it approachable. You're not, Mignonette, what I love about it, and I think what a lot of the locals love about it, is that it doesn't have to be foofy. It could be just like a place that you can go and be casual and
Yeah,
have
like
a
you
great
want like a
meal and
well-cooked piece of fish
right,
that's sourced well and cooked appropriately with a nice French style sauce.
right,
We got you.
right,
You don't have to go and spend like a fortune and all that.
Right.
And we also have a really good wine list, and we wanted also caviar to be very approachable because
Right.
caviar, a lot of places the margins on caviar are really good
right,
for like everyone. Like we don't charge our place at the time, you get the same caviar from us for like even now for like a third of what you can get it at. I don't want to say where,
right.
but like
Marcus.
no. I mean, like at actual sit-down restaurants.
Right, I got it.
like, I forget the name of it in Brickell. The same ounce that we have is literally 3 times the price.
Oh, the one in the Four Seasons.
Yeah, something
right,
like that.
right.
And it's the same quality of caviar, the same accoutrements. Their blinis, actually, our blinis are pretty good.
I take blini very seriously. I'm Russian, so.
No, our blinis are pretty good. They're a little puffier sometimes than maybe you'd be used to, but
Right.
I don't mind that. So we wanted to make all that stuff approachable. We wanted there to be value.
Look, as a business owner, I'll be real with you. Running my brokerage takes all my time. And in Miami, if you're not showing up online or on social media, you just don't exist. That's why I've worked with Sage Marketing Studios from the very beginning. Website, social, even this podcast. They're the ones behind the camera. Building strategy, keeping it consistent, and making sure my brand looks like it actually belongs in the city. So just a tip. Stop having your cousin post blurry iPhone pics once every 3 months. Hit up Sage Marketing Studios. You can find them on Instagram at socialmedia.sage and tell them Felix sent you.
Right. But, you went from one really underwhelming neighborhood at the time to, if that was underwhelming, where you went was just fucking scary.
No, Edgewater. Yeah, Edgewater. It wasn't even like called Edgewater back then. It was Omni. We were one of the first people to start calling
Right.
it Edgewater. Right across the street from the oldest cemetery, where the Tuttles are and the Burdines are.
But how did you wind up there? Like was it again just a great deal kind of thing?
Ryan loved it.
Right.
I hated it, but like me and Ryan were like really becoming close, and really wanted him to be the best man at my wedding and give like a really good best man speech. So I was like, okay, whatever you say, let's do it.
Right.
Like, and I knew like it was a challenging space. Like the hood wasn't a real hood; it was a heat hood,
Right.
instead of a grease hood. The grease trap was worse than the one at Blue Collar. So I knew it needed like a fair amount of work, but I don't know. Ryan really believed in it, in the space. And I was like, all right, so that's one of the good things about our partnership. He can think about things from more on the consumer end. And he thought as a consumer, it would be a cool space. And I was like, well, as the operator, I'll make it work.
Were you nervous about, because again, wasn't super bougie at the time. Were you a little nervous, like, maybe the locals won't come here, or maybe the tourists won't come here because they'll be like, where am I? Or you just knew that you had a good product and people would come?
I knew we had a good product and parking.
Parking was big.
We had a lot of free parking.
Right.
So I was confident in that. And I think we had enough momentum and from the Blue Collar reputation that we would at least get a first look.
What was the reception you got for Mignonette?
Gangbusters.
Right.
And we opened there right in the middle of Miami Spice too, and we were participating in it.
Oh,
so we were just like,
where did you get innovation for the menu on that one?
that was a combination of me, Ryan, and our other partner, Josh. So at the time, there's me, Ryan, and Josh. Josh's family at the time owned the largest seafood distribution company in South Florida.
Doesn't suck. Okay.
North Star.
Right.
So he made sure we got all the best fish. And like, we talked, that menu in detail with him of what's going to be readily available. What can we really do here? So that we had that covered. We wanted to have always like 5 really great oysters and like a Blue Point.
Right.
And he made sure that happened. We wanted, at the time, outside of the river, there wasn't really a lot of raw bar down here.
Right.
So we were like, our inspiration pulled from a lot of like regular New England raw bars.
Right.
And we just ran with it.
Nice.
Before we opened, actually, I'd never shucked an oyster.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I would never think that.
So I kind of learned on the go. We hired this one girl, Lisa, to be our lead shucker at the time, and she was phenomenal. She
knew everything about it, right?
She had run raw, but she ran the raw bar for Aaron at the Four Seasons.
Yep. Brooks.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aaron.
Yeah.
Obviously, we love you.
Oh my gosh! Shout out to Aaron and everything he's doing at Sonny's. Ugh.
He's, fucking.
Yeah.
You know what? Long overdue.
I agree.
We all knew that he was way too fucking good to be there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I loved going to Edge, and I loved going to Sonny's. So.
I would only go to Edge because he was there. Like, I knew he was there. Like, it was...
and also just, like, what a nice guy.
You know what? Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
What a nice guy. Not all of us are nice.
Right. No, but he's like naturally... There's like, smile nice, but he's just a naturally good dude,
I agree. So... But Lisa taught us all how to shuck.
Right.
She eventually moved on, and me and the chef's cuisine there knew how to shuck, and we could teach other people now. And the rest is we've been there now almost 12 years.
I mean, how important is it, looking back now, putting together the right team?
It's everything. So at Blue, I've had the same manager now almost since day one. So almost 14 years. I've had the same prep guy for 14 years. At this point in time, I've had the same sous chef and chef de cuisine for 10 years and 8 years. Mignonette, a lot of the staff in the kitchen has been there at least 3 years. The chef has been there 8 years.
Yep.
So, we obviously the pandemic affected a little bit of stuff, but having the same team of people that you can trust is everything.
I remember there was rumors about a Mignonette probably popping up on 79th Street. I gotta say, I was a little disappointed. I couldn't get one closer to
you and me
to
both.
us here.
You and me both.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
that would have been a great space.
That would have been a dream to be able to walk between the two restaurants.
Right.
And that would have been a good space for Mignonette. It's okay. What's there now is doing very well, and I love the operator. Who I love. The person who has the space,
obviously,
the lease of the space. He's a great guy.
For those of you who don't know, we're talking about the double Schnitzel house space on 79th.
I love Adam.
Adam's dude. I mean, he's, what a fucking gem he is.
Adam's amazing, and I happen to think that Tropical Pizza was the best pizza.
You're not alone.
Hands down.
Hands down. I heard they're coming back. I think they just announced it.
I hope so. I love Tropical Pizza.
Me too.
That is, for me, New York style pizza is the best kind of pizza.
Right.
Like, I can appreciate fancy pizza. I can appreciate the Detroit, the Sicilian, the grandma, whatever.
But pizza by the slice.
A New York slice is just fucking everything.
And before before we had our little pizza revolution, Tropical was the best slice
and just like so hidden.
Yeah.
I love Tropical.
But it was authentic. It was, value. It was approachable. You had big slice.
If you went during the day, it was easy to find parking.
Right.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah. I love Tropical. I love Adam. And I'm sure if I was still partying, I would have drank at Gramps.
I would have been doing a lot more. And, honestly, in another life, I would have been doing way more at Gramps Getaway. Because the ambiance is just fantastic.
Oh my gosh, good for him.
I'm really happy he was able to.
Adam is one of the good guys and deserves it all.
He is, and you know what? He's also big on giving back to the community, and he is amazing. I was really sad. Obviously, Gramps Wynwood closed. I know how much he loved that place, but I guess he had his time there.
Yeah.
But speaking of having a time, gotta ask you something a little more sensitive that might bring up some bad memories. What was life like when COVID hit? Like, what? Now you have 2 restaurants you're operating. This thing comes out where now the city's telling us, "Hey guys, we're going into lockdown."
Oh, I mean, what a fucking nightmare! How scary was that? I didn't think, and I don't think I was alone, that restaurants would be a thing anymore.
Right.
Like, who knows? This thing was like. I thought about all those crazy movies like Outbreak and the other one with Lawrence Fishburne. And I was like, oh my God, we're all going to die.
Right.
Who cares about restaurants?
Right.
So that was scary, and gave me a case of the fuck-its where I ended up just relapsing.
Right.
Because like I was working in the restaurant, by myself, I picked up something heavy, I fucked up my back, I got some pills, and then I was like, oh, I remember this.
Right.
And then I was off to the races. But then I'm not alone with a lot of my staff, and I think a lot of people.
Well, that's
But
what.
then
But
the
right.
pandemic was
Right.
fucking awesome.
Right.
Like Miami or Florida being the only place in fucking Earth open,
Right.
everyone came here and just was like pouring their money into restaurants. Like the parts of 20 we were allowed to open, 21 and early 22 was just like the golden age.
Did the city give you shit though for like the 6 feet apart and the masks and the
That was not our experience, but we complied
Right.
with all that stuff. Like Blue luckily had outside space. Mignonette was big enough that we could space people enough. And, people were just grateful, I think, to be able to go into restaurants after being on lockdown for so long. But, we had all our staff wearing masks. We followed all the
Right.
rules. I was, myself, I was very worried because at the time I had 2 very young kids. I didn't want to get them sick.
Right.
I'm diabetic. Some other people in our family, they have medical issues. So I was really worried. I didn't want to get anyone sick.
Right.
So.
And then, so now you reopen, it's fucking game time. What did you find? How did the scene change from before COVID and after COVID? Because obviously it changed for
before
the
COVID,
good, but we got
before
a lot of
COVID,
more
I think there was more of like I said, when Blue
camaraderie.
opened,
Was it? You feel like it was more a camaraderie thing?
No, I think there's still like there's a lot of camaraderie among chefs and owners and stuff, but there's little cliques.
Right.
Well,
we know that.
Yeah,
Right.
there's little cliques, and some of the cliques within each clique, there's a lot of camaraderie with each person wanting to support each other. I don't think any one of us would wish someone poorly.
Right.
That's not within our little clique, but I think before the pandemic, everyone was like, yeah, homegrown locals.
Right.
After the pandemic, when all these like big money places from outside started coming in, I think the Miami really started to show of like, oh, new flash in the pan, sign me up. Like
Right.
new big fancy restaurant. And I think that has started to take away and be more of the focus now.
Well, I mean, we talk about it a lot on the show, how many times right now with the rents being as high as they are, customers and locals will have to come in as opposed to, being overwhelmed with so many options. Like you said before, now people just want to, take some Instagrams and like check it off the list that they were there. Do you feel that as a restaurant community, restaurants are still getting the same amount of visits per locals, or do you think that people are just now overwhelmed with so many options that makes it harder to get the numbers?
I think all of us, from like really inexpensive places to the really expensive places, have to fight for every single butt and every single seat and figure out a way to do it. So like, money's tight right now, I think, for everyone. I think we see it like Blue Collar is one of the few places I go out to eat at now because I don't have to pay.
Right. Right.
So I think, when with each new place that opens or is still around, when somebody decides to go and dine out, you really have to give them a reason to choose you. And it's hard.
Right.
It's hard. Like it's hard to get sometimes new people that are maybe going to go out for the first time or the first time in a long time to get them into, a place that's been around for so long.
Right. Do you think, but also how much did it affect staffing? Like,
oh man, all those fucking big money fancy places came down here and just put a hurting.
Major Food Group came down and just during COVID, and it was game over. I mean, they literally scooped up all the good guys.
I mean, we were able to keep all of our key people.
Right.
I heard some bad stories. I don't know. So I don't know. When it comes to poaching,
we know a lot of poachers.
I'm not against it.
Right.
Actually, I would like, if there's someone that's talented and they're unhappy where they're at and I can offer them a good place, even if it was a friend of mine, I don't care.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like,
have you gotten into beefs like that before?
No,
we won't mention who, but
no, I've never had it. I've never actually had it happen, but like,
has that happened to you where somebody comes and poaches? Like, some of your guys?
But it's fine because like, there could be a better opportunity for someone somewhere else. And like, if they put in some good work with us, like if they've been with us for like a few years, they're capped at what they can do with me.
Right.
No, I'm fine with it. Like
Right.
I wouldn't want to keep someone as like a lead line cook or a sous chef forever when they have a lot more opportunities somewhere else.
Right. But, again, we're talking about service and we're talking about experience. Do you feel that now, again, with the overwhelming amount of places that we have in Miami, that the service, because staffing is so short, that service gets fucked up at a restaurant you go to and you're like, why am I paying so much money for mid-par service? I guess that's big.
Yeah, I think we're
problem
going
now,
back to the part of Miami where service was not great.
Right.
I think we were doing much better for a long time.
Yep.
And I think now with so many places, the service staff has just spread way too thin. Like obviously there's like exceptions where they're, like the old standbys like us, Mignonette, Joe's. Of course, you're going to get in Maculina. You're going to get amazing service there
Right.
all the time.
All the time.
All the time. But a lot of I think, bigger places where they are super busy and there is lines out the door, what incentive do they have to get you? There's a billion people waiting to take your seat at that table.
But like, for example, what are you, guys like you, Beltran, Parolo, what are you guys, the OGs, doing right that like a lot of these new guys need to, follow suit in terms of, because you guys have figured out like the formula, like how to make it, how to stay local, how to, no, it's true. I know that you're very like.
You'd have to ask Beltran or Parolo, and instead of me, they're smarter. I think I treat the team right.
No, but it's not even like as much as the team as like when I walk into Blue Collar, I feel the love. I don't know. It's
that's the thing. We want like our mission statement that we've had since day one is to convert everyone that comes to a regular.
Right.
And the way we do that, like I think there's a few ways of doing that. You could have a really high end service with proper sequence of service and like ninja servers that are going to anticipate every single need, or it can be like a genuine, authentic affection for the guest of wanting to take care of them in a way where it's like, you're a guest in my house. How can I make you comfortable? Just like when I walked in here and you were like, you want some coffee, you want some water,
right?
That's how we feel with our guests at both restaurants. Hey, thank you so much for coming. What can we do to make you comfortable?
Right.
And I think that's what the best places that aren't like tasting menu, 3-star Michelin kind of like services do. They offer you like a comfortable, like a genuine experience with your server.
Right.
Like we have a thing. We don't really advocate like the upsell.
Right. What do you think in terms of like now, given the state of the restaurant, union, how often does a customer have to frequent a restaurant for them to like make it? Is it once a month? Is it once every couple of weeks? At least once a month.
At least once a month. Like if you like a place, go support them once a month. Like
right.
Otherwise, they might not be around.
Were you one of the guys that obviously pivoted to delivery?
Well, Blue always had, even leading into the pandemic, Blue
right.
delivery was strong.
Right.
It had to be because the dining room was so small.
How much did the delivery numbers go up after COVID? Like, do you feel that was like a permanent here to stay kind of thing? Or?
No, I mean, at Blue, delivery was already like 25% of our sales.
Right.
So it stayed about the same.
But now with, obviously, you have higher costs, the margins are tighter, everything is more expensive now, whether it's the meat, the produce, right? How do you still manage to kind of try to keep it affordable for the client while paying your bills and, paying staff?
You got to figure out where you can eat shit.
Right. Right.
I'm on single out items on both menus, but there's plenty of places where we're eating shit.
Right.
And there's plenty of places where, we're doing well.
But it's interesting because the reason why I ask is like your portions are so big and it's like you could have cut down on some of the portions and you did it because you wanted the customer to feel that experience,
I hate shrinkflation. I hate it. Like I was getting a snack last night at my house late at night and like I looked at this jug of orange juice. I was like, that is not the same jug of orange juice as it used to be.
Right.
Or like
I used to love those big Tropicana.
And now the plastic one is so much smaller.
Right.
Or like, inside the Doritos bag, it's a lot less.
The bag is big.
I'd rather charge a little more and give the same portion.
Right.
I think, especially with us, our reputation is sizable portions. And I think if we charged you the same and gave you less, you would be upset. Because I know I am upset when it happens. Like even like look at Look at the fish fillet at McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's so much smaller. Look at the size of the chicken nuggets. Each chicken nugget, yeah, you're getting 6, but they're smaller.
Right.
So,
But somehow the calories are still still there. Who are some of the operators that I guess are doing it right in your mind?
I mean, I can't go on a podcast and not talk about how much I love Michael Parolo.
Right. He's amazing. Not just as an operator, as a human being.
Yeah,
he's a good dude.
He's one of the good guys. Him and his wife Jen, I just love. I like Beltran very much.
Love. I'm still a big Ariette guy. Like
I can't wait to get down to Chuggies.
Yeah, me too. I've been meaning to go down there.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I love what they did. Now you got Raheem in there.
Yeah.
You got what is it called? The maze, the bar, the little speakeasy they put in the back. I hear great things.
Yeah. No, I mean they do a great job. The Sonny's guys are just
the goats right now.
They're just like, good for them for getting all this press too. It's good for Miami because it's not, they're not some huge group. Right. Even though like the place is gorgeous and it probably was a fortune to build it out.
We know how much shit they had to eat to like get there.
Like I think they're doing a great job. I got to shout out some of my Broward people that'll come up later, but like Alex over at Juan's in Fort Lauderdale, he is an amazing human, an amazing restaurant. What's his name? At Sardelli's in Hollywood.
Yep.
He's doing.
Oh, we're gonna get to all that, but
down here also in Miami. I got to give it up to the real OGs that came before me, Michael and Michelle.
Yep. Bernstein and Michael Schwartz.
Michelle is the reason actually I picked culinary over law. She was like the final push.
And you know what? Dave's great. Martinez, he's a good,
the two of them
great
amazing.
team.
I'm gonna go against the grain. It's
Please.
Very controversial.
Oh shit! That's why we're on the show. Yep.
I give all the respect to Grutman too.
You know what? I say this time and time again, dude. Nobody's gonna fucking outwork that guy.
He fucking works his ass off.
Absolutely.
The restaurants are good.
Right.
Like
Komodo's, dude, their duck is fucking.
Komodo is a very good.
Listen, I think that
restaurant.
A lot of people just fucking hate on Dave Grutman. Like, you know what? Like,
Miami would not be current form of Miami without him.
100%.
And he is like, why do fucking local people want to hate on him? Like, he is local boy done good.
Right.
Grew up down here, went to fucking UF, was a bartender at Prezzo across this fucking parking lot from Chef Allen's, and fucking just murdered it because you cannot outwork him.
Right.
Surrounds himself with smart people. Fucking, I give it up to Grutman.
I get really angry when people try to hate on him or knock him. I was like, what are you hating on? That the guy actually came in and that he put Miami hospitality on the map and made it an international brand and like.
I think, it's like Michelle, local boy done good, local girl done good,
right?
Good for the city, good for everyone.
Absolutely, and you know what? Like, yeah, he's doing big things, and God bless him, man. I hope he's,
I'm for it. I've interacted with him personally a few times, and in my interactions with him, he could not have been more of a mensch.
Right.
So
I've been trying to get him on the podcast for a while.
Oh,
I'm gonna get you, Grutman. Gonna get you.
So I'd also like to point out, I wear glasses now since last week.
You're fucking sexy as hell.
For 45 years, I had 20/20 vision, and now I don't. So.
Is it more for the reading? Like, is it more of
I'm the one that can't. I'm nearsighted, so I can't see farther than my hand very well.
Got it.
And it's a challenge. I had to go home. I've had glasses for like 8 days now. I had to go home after getting to work 4 different times because I forgot them.
Right.
So it's me. If anyone didn't recognize me, I just have glasses.
It's the guy, Danny Serfer. So what, I guess one of the last questions I have for you is like, what is your forecast on hospitality for the next year or two? Like, what are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? What do we need to stay away from? And your opinion, just,
I don't.
Because, as much as, listen, everybody wants to paint a fucking beautiful picture of operators making billions of dollars.
It sucked for 2 years.
Right.
This has been the worst 2 years. As good as the pandemic 2 years were, this has been equally bad.
Listen, 2 years ago, I fucking called Restaurant Armageddon and I got villainized as like,
you called it. You nailed it.
You're just hating on the scene. I'm like, guys, I see the numbers. Like,
it's not just small guys, big guys, everyone in between.
Right.
But
yet landlords paint this fucking picture of like, oh, dude, 40 million. They start throwing these numbers, these Joe's 50 million and like they.
Yeah, Joe's can do $50 million a year. They've been out here for over 100 fucking years.
And they own their real
goddamn
estate.
Joe's.
It's fucking Joe's.
It's fucking Joe's. Get
it's
out
one
of
of the most historic restaurants of all time.
Yeah,
like,
you're not gonna open up some restaurant and do Joe's numbers.
Right.
Hopefully people start feeling more comfortable and willing to go out more frequently and spend money. Like it's hard. Like even Publix is in on it. Like
So we were just talking about.
I went to Publix the other day and I got deli, Boar's Head.
Right.
And it was $16 a pound. On Saturday, I was driving around with Ryan. We were hanging out. We go to this butcher shop I love in Fort Lauderdale called Smitty's.
Yep.
Old school butcher, been there for 70 years. Fucking sawdust on the floor. They have all the good shit. Same Boar's Head honey maple turkey, $10 a pound. Doris's Italian Market all over Coral Springs, Sunrise. Love Doris's. Same Boar's Head honey maple turkey for $11. How is Publix, who has the buying power of 10 billion Publixes, charging $6 more than a small local grocer or local butcher?
I don't know, but you know what? Like whenever I'm up north, like I'll go to the Boys Market.
I love the
And even though it's supposedly for their area expensive, I go there and it's like a fucking clearance rack.
Yeah.
Like I come back, I'm like, babe, I spent a quarter of what we would at Publix and we have food for the next like week.
I went
food,
to Aldi yesterday for the first time and since they opened that one on Biscayne.
Yep, on North Miami. Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, this is why everyone loves Aldi.
Right.
Oh my God.
I mean, you got to bring your own bags, but
whatever.
You know, right.
Like, or buy theirs for 12 cents.
Right.
Like I walked out of there with dinner for my family last night. I have a big family of 4 kids, so it's 6 people, a bunch of snacks and like some bread and fucking it's like $30. At Publix it would have been like $80.
Right.
So I'm an Aldi convert now. I just can't believe that Boar's Head shit. That really pissed me off.
Right.
Makes me not want to go to Publix at all.
Well, I mean, you know what? People would go to Publix because they would think that Whole Foods was just too expensive. Now
Same.
it's the same.
It's the same.
Right.
Even on, like the SKU on the produce is the same quality or not.
Right.
And like the Publix deli is every bit, or the Whole Foods deli is every bit as pricey as Publix Boar's Head.
Right.
So I was shocked about that, and like actually honestly pissed. Like I'm kind of pissed about that. How much more Boar's Head is at Publix, when like my like instincts say it should be cheaper because they have the buying power.
Right.
So that really, honestly, I've been thinking about that for like days now. I'm really pissed.
No, a lot of people, you know, even on social media, like, you know, it's a thing. Like we talk, especially when we're in such a like weird time that everything's just so expensive. You know, whether it's, you know, your rent or, you know, like people just cannot afford to live in Miami anymore.
Oh, so that's what so I think to make it, you need the future. You have to have value for your guest.
Right.
But it does, like whatever that means to you, like a valuable experience, like the whole thing is beautiful and nice and comfortable and the service is good. The food, there's a good value. The drinks are a good value. You have to have at least a few value points where the guests can wrap their heads around and be like, I love going to that place because I don't feel like I'm getting hosed.
Right.
You know, even if it's not like cheap, even if you are like, you know, high in your category, as long as they feel like the value is there. Like if people are feeling like, yeah, you're charging me, but I'm getting my money's worth, there has to be value.
What does the future hold for Mignonette? Like, you know, in terms of what do you think is going to, I mean, we all know that obviously where Mignonette is sitting.
We'd love to find a location where we could be like Blue and glow up and have a full bar.
Right. I can't wait for that location because
that would be awesome.
I think, but just come to North Miami. Like we kind of need more stuff here.
We were burned by North Miami already.
It's coming back, buddy. I promise you.
North Miami already burned us once with Mignonette. I would say.
But you were early is the problem.
Yeah, pioneers get bows and arrows.
How about this? I will bet you any amount of money that space has gotten about 10,000 inquiries in the last couple of years because it's still such a fucking amazing space.
Oh my God. Cool building, plenty of parking right there on Biscayne.
I mean, you also didn't have Solomia right outside your neighborhood. I mean, you were early.
That whole like North Miami from what we talked about, like where Edon is,
yep,
over to like Bal Harbor and Surfside.
Yep, 125. I think it's even to Aventura.
Like, yeah, 125th up to like the border of Aventura.
Yep,
a lot seems to be happening.
Oh, it's a game changer. It's one of my top neighborhoods. When people tell me ask me where to go.
Even me, we live in Bay Harbor. You know, recently we got Mr. O1. We have the Pura Vida. We have that grocer that's going in underneath the well.
Right.
There's a lot going on.
Well, listen, it's tough if you're not kosher in that area, but there's a lot, and also between Surfside and Bay Harbor, you cross the bridge into 125th. There's a lot. I mean, you're in a great.
I mean, right out on 125th, that kosher place Mutra.
Yep.
They're doing really well.
Yeah.
People say amazing things about them.
Plus, I like that little Italian place on 125th. What is it?
Casamia.
Casamia. Casamia is an OG, man. We've been going there for 10, 15 years.
As good as anyone else in the city.
Yeah.
I love Casamia. I
think it's underrated. I think it's super underrated.
I mean, they're fucking always busy. They do a good job.
No, but I mean for like people that don't know, like
it's more of a you got to know
local. It's a local place.
It's local as all hell.
Right.
The owner, he's really nice. They do a great job. That's like a good little.
Sagra is my other kind of go-to for delivery. Sagra, their pizza is like that 2-for-1 on Uber Eats, Sagra. Man. That's
the pizza. To be honest, I don't love from Sagra.
Really?
The New York slice. That fucking Neapolitan raw kind of in the middle.
I know, but there's value. It's value.
No, I love their pasta. I love their lamb chops. I love that space too. I almost took that space like years ago from doing.
That would have been a good move.
No, this was like too early.
That
was
like
was 2009.
Right. When they didn't know what they wanted to do with it, right?
Like I used to go there all the time when it was Il Tulipano with my dad, so I have fond memories. But I enjoy Sagra a lot.
I love Katoa. I got to take you there.
My Ryan just went to Katoa recently and said amazing things.
And she's opening up another space in North Miami, like a bigger location now.
Same thing.
Same thing.
We need something really good underneath the LA Fitness building.
Yes.
So
I mean, we put Madame Olivia in. They seem to be doing okay. I mean, what's the sushi place? Arigato. Like they're
doing good.
They're packed.
My kids,
right?
Yeah, our kids are friends.
La Granja's still doing all right. Not for whatever. I mean,
yeah, but something. I don't know. I think we need a good like fast casual.
100%. We need more of that.
Like what I thought would be good there is like Char Hut.
Yeah, of course.
A Char Hut would have been really good there, but on the end if they would have had the drive-through
right.
part. But something like that,
right?
I think.
But Bagel Bar, he still crushes, and
he kills it. Oh my god! And Steve, that's also a nice guy.
Steve's. Yeah. I mean, you know what? Listen, they're still pumping numbers.
Oh my gosh, 26 years later, 27 years later.
You know what? I was really surprised though the other day. I saw him on Uber Eats. That was the first time because everything was in house.
Yeah, he's been on for a little bit. Why not?
Right. Because he was so against it before that.
Oh, he is such a nice guy, and what he puts up with. One day, so like, we get strange requests sometimes. So people are like,
requests is
people
what
are
like,
about. People order the burger or a sandwich, and it comes with fries. Like, can I get the fries first? It's like an appetizer, and like, it's like, really? Fine.
Right.
Or like the other day, somebody came in, they finished their soup. They're like, can I get like a little more soup? Like, I don't want to pay for a whole portion. Just get like a little more soup. And depending on like business, if they're regular or not, we'll accommodate it. But Steve, with a smile, accommodates all sorts of crazy things. So one day I'm sitting there at the bar eating a sandwich, and there's a couple sitting next to me, and they're like, they order a turkey sandwich with fries or whatever, and they go, but can we get the lettuce, tomato, onion first and a side of Russian dressing?
Shut up.
And Steve.
And he did it for them?
Steve was taking the order. He said, of course. And like, God bless him for fucking being that nice and putting up with that.
Especially when they're busy. Like, it's...
like, I don't want to discourage guests from making special requests or sound like a monster. Like, you want to modify anything on the menu or you want to substitute anything, we got you.
Right.
Whatever you want to do. But like, trying to split up your order like a part of your sandwich...
Your lettuce, tomato, and pickle.
So trying to have your garnish as an appetizer, that's just going a little bit too far. And he God bless him, he does it. Man. And you know what? And maybe that's why he's like way more busy than I am.
Right. Well, I mean, they just celebrated their 50th anniversary?
No, like 26, 27.
Yeah. I mean, but listen, that's in the business, like people don't get like, dude, you make it 5 years, okay, that's the average. 10 years, you had a great run. Anything over 10 is amazing. That's
like a billion years.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm friendly with the guys that used to own the Rascal House.
Yep.
And he tells me, when I would like fetch.
Oh, they must have seen some shit.
When I would fetch to him about like things, he's like, those old ladies that would come to the Rascal House with their little plastic bags and put all the rolls and the pickles in it and the sweet and low. I don't care. Let them feel like they're getting one over on me.
Right.
And just keep coming back.
Right.
And that also gives me the leverage of, if I make a mistake or screw something up, well, they're still coming back because they're getting all that free shit. And
Right.
That was so smart.
You know, I think that's actually brilliant.
Yeah.
I think for an operator, I think that's really a great mentality.
Because the thing about Rascal House, all the shit they gave you, or the pickles, the pickled tomatoes, the bread rolls, the Danish on the weekends. And now think about how little restaurants give you.
Right.
We don't give you what restaurant outside of super high end gives you free bread anymore?
You know what? We were talking about that. I forgot where we were the other day. That we're like, is there going to be bread? Like
restaurants are charging for soda gun refills and iced tea refills.
Right.
Like you used to go to a restaurant with standard. You always got bread.
Right.
But
now you get the service charge. So you get that instead. So.
Now, like you want bread, like even like Blue and Mignonette, we're guilty of it. You want bread? We sell cornbread.
Right. Your cornbread is fantastic.
Cornbread is fantastic. I am more partial to the cornbread at Blue than Mignonette. They're a little bit different recipes.
Yeah.
The way we warm it up at Blue, I like a little bit better.
Right.
But they're both very good. But it's just crazy how much less we're getting when we go to a restaurant and how much more we're paying.
Right.
Like, so places that, back to what I was saying, value. So like when we did a little staycation in Fort Lauderdale over the winter break, and we went to this one place, and the free bread and like little meats or whatever just kept flowing.
Right.
And I was like, man.
You were counting like the inventory.
I was like, I can't believe they're, no, I was like, I can't believe they're doing this for free. And then I was looking around, I was like, oh yeah, no wonder they're so effing busy.
Right. Right.
So I think like value can look like that, where the guest is getting like a lot of free bread or free whatever, or like a big portion, or the value can look like, an amazing service or an amazing experience, like value overall. So like Sonny's, not to single them out, Sonny's is not.
No, I single them out all the time.
It's not inexpensive.
Right. I believe, and also,
right? But the
you
value
get the
is
great
there.
Experience. Honestly, I go there, I feel like I'm on vacation every fucking time.
The value is there. Like the service is excellent. The space is beautiful. The food is excellent. The drinks, from what I've seen and heard,
fantastic.
are excellent.
They're the best.
Like the value is there.
Right.
Like, so what makes me upset, I think, when I see restaurants doing very well, but the value is not there.
Right.
Like service is not great, food is not great, but they're just killing it. And I'm like, what is killing it? There's no value there outside of they're trendy.
Right.
So,
but also a lot of the places that you're talking about now is like that top 1% of money that they don't give a fuck. They're going to go somewhere to eat anywhere. So
yeah, but still, it's still frustrating as an operator,
right,
to see it. Like I jumping back, the Carbone guys, I think provide tremendous value.
Absolutely,
I think that's
agree.
a great experience.
Agree.
Like I love Contessa, actually.
Really
love Contessa.
See,
Contessa, I'll go to all day over Carbone.
That is.
I like Carbone too, but I love.
No, honestly, I love Carbone, and I am not a fan of Contessa. In fact, I was shocked. Like, why would they do another Italian concept? But give me the answer for that, because like, what am I not seeing?
The room is gorgeous.
Room is nice. I won't lie. It should have been a Houston's, but okay.
The room is gorgeous. That squash carpaccio, is excellent, and that spicy angel hair lobster spaghetti dish is really good.
Right.
And the drinks are there, the service is pretty good, and it's a little expensive, but like I'm in the design district, the room is nice. The value, I think the value is there. I've heard a lot of people say what you say.
Right.
I seem to be in the minority
I don't know
on
if they
Contessa.
make it. I don't know if Contessa makes it.
I hope they do. I like Contessa a lot.
I mean, listen, I love that they're putting a 4 Charles across the street from Contessa.
Yeah.
But I think we need more places like that too. I mean,
yeah, I mean, prime rib is one of my favorite things to eat on earth.
Right.
Let's see. I'm skeptical when you come here from New York and you have a huge reputation and a huge amount of money. I'm skeptical.
Cote did it right though.
Cote, fuck, God bless them.
Simon Kim, man,
the best. He is such a nice person too. He would come to Mignonette while they were building out Cote. It took them a while. This is even before.
Always
the pandemic.
a gentleman.
So effing nice.
Always a gentleman, and
that's a good. It speaks what I was saying. The value.
The
butcher's feast at Cote. Oh my God! You might as well give it away.
We
that
speak
is
about
so
that one all
inexpensive.
the time.
I can't say enough nice things about Cote. So all the places I think I'm talking about, with few exceptions, the value is there.
Right.
Like in whatever that means. It doesn't mean like a big portion for a little amount of food. There's value in all ways, and I think the places that kill it and will continue to kill it, and I think historically have killed it, have some type of value proposition.
Right. Danny, this has been an amazing journey. Thank you for coming on. But before you go, you know, obviously we do a top 5 for every guest, and we like to switch it up. For you, I think since you were so keen on talking about Broward, we usually don't do this. So you're first. Danny Serfer, what are your top 5 Broward restaurants and why?
All right. For one, I'm glad we're doing this because Miami gets all the limelight.
It does.
And deservedly so. There was never a show called Fort Lauderdale Vice, you know.
Not yet. That's coming.
So my favorite places to eat in Broward, top 5. All right. Some of them are going to be controversial.
I love it.
This is in no particular order. Just
No particular order.
Just the way I'm remembering them. Although I will say is number 1, Juan's. W-A-N-S,
Chinese,
not Juan, Juan's. Alex runs that. His family's been doing American Chinese restaurants in South Florida for 70 years. They're amazing.
Yep.
Juan's, I go there. I try and schlep out there at least once a month.
For anybody that's never been there, what are your favorite dishes?
The Shanghainese spring rolls.
Yep.
All the soups, the spare ribs. The Szechuan chicken is like the best version of Szechuan chicken I've ever had, and I eat that all over the place, everywhere.
Right.
And the sleeper, and Alex showed me this because I was like, what? Egg and onion fried rice.
Nice.
Egg and onion fried rice is so good. Like, oh my God. I got another one. I might have to extend to 6. I got a wild card.
Well, listen,
let me throw the wild card in now.
As long as when we edit this, we can cut the shorts up to fit all 6.
All right, let me get the wild card. Tarka, Pakistani restaurant in Coral Springs. When was the last time any of you ate Pakistan food? Never.
If you're gonna go, that's the one.
It's like as good as Indian food can be. This place is even fucking better.
Right.
Pakistan is like India. You're cute with your spices. We're gonna show you how it's done. Tarka is unreal.
What's the move there?
Chicken karahi.
Yep.
Of course, naan. Their naan makes fucking Indian naan look like matzah.
Interesting.
Halloumi, or haleen, not halloumi. Yep. Haleen, and the tandoori.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, so good.
What do we got for number 3?
Jack's Hamburgers, since
the
mid-70s.
OG?
Yeah, best burgers in the city. Let me throw in Concadora.
Okay.
For regular New York American Italian style pizza and food. Is that 4?
That's number 4.
Controversial one. Don't love the atmosphere, but the food is beyond reproach. Cafe Martorano.
I mean, how do you not have Martorano on the list?
Cafe Martorano is,
dude, they're the GOAT.
You know what? He's also very nice. When I first opened Blue Collar, he's very helpful.
I mean, listen, he is one of the few Broward operators that are just really doing it right.
The original location was the size of the original Blue Collar,
right?
And he kept getting bigger and bigger.
And people in Broward love him.
Yeah,
people in Broward, New York. Like, people come down.
No, he does an amazing job. Yeah. And then I will say Sardelli's in Hollywood Beach, also
Good
amazing
move.
pasta.
Good move.
So I guess I put 3 Italians on there. Oh, let me throw in a little more. Kaizen for like sushi.
Okay.
In Pompano, they do a ridiculous job.
What are your favorite rolls there?
I go omakase or nigiri there.
Okay.
Like he actually will get in some interesting fish, and do some cool shit.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wow, you spend a lot of time in Broward, huh?
I would love to move there, but my wife's not having it.
Well, you might as well go to Jacksonville if you're going to Broward, in my opinion.
Then I'd love to go to North Carolina. She's not having it.
You know what? We just got back, and a lot of those guys are opening like Asheville and Hendersonville, and
yeah.
McInnes, Jeff from Root and Bone.
Right.
We checked out his place when we were up there.
Okay.
Brad, but we went to Brad's place.
Hearth, right? Something Hearth.
Hearth.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's right.
Big shout out to Brad. I mean, dude, and I think he was paying all in for rent like $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month.
Good for him for spending so much.
But more importantly, he built the place out and opened within like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And they love him, dude. We got there like 5 o'clock. There was already like a line around the corner, and like
good for him.
It's great.
He deserves it. But I can't stress enough. If I had to limit it down to 2, Tarka and Juan's.
Those are your 2.
Tarka and Juan's deserve all your support.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Big shout out. We're gonna have to tag you guys when we launch. Danny, this was amazing. I love having you on. We're gonna have to do a repeat again. We're gonna have to do a follow up. Dude, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And it was a pleasure. And yeah, let's fucking go get it.
Thanks.
Thank you, brother.